Action cameras. These days you are spoilt for choice. We've of course got the GoPro, and it is a very good action camera, but priced at £500 in the UK, it's a little bit beyond some people's budgets. And that's where these two competitors come in. This is the Insta360 ONE RS, and this is the DJI Action 3. Both of these priced about similar. The DJI is a little bit more expensive. Just the 4K version, it's £279 in the UK for the 4K version of the Insta360 ONE RS, and it's about £309 for the DJI Action 3. Build quality of both of these cameras is exceptional. The Insta360 ONE RS is 125.3 grams compared to the 145 grams of the DJI Action 3. Now, what I do like about the Insta360 ONE RS is the fact that it is modular, so there are options for upgradability further on down the line. But to keep the price the same as the Action 3 today, we're just going to talk about the 4K version. There is the option to go 360 mod or the 1-inch mod with this camera, but then you're spending a little bit more money. I would suggest maybe stretching to the 360 mod, but that's like a whole other video. I have done other videos on these cameras, lots of different ones, including other Insta360 cameras. I'll link up above and just below the like button down there if you want to check out that playlist. Yeah, it's modular, still waterproof. This is waterproof down to 10 meters. It's got all sort of the rubber gaskets on the connections, which is great. This is waterproof down to 16 meters, so gone are the days of having to buy big bulky waterproof cases for these cameras. If you're going deeper than that, then you can buy those accessories if you're doing really deep diving. I, for one, haven't gone deeper than a few meters because I just want these to work on the beach, in the swimming pool. That's what most of us are going to be using them for. Usability and software interface are sort of really great on both these cameras. Insta360 have a good update record for keeping the cameras up to date and introducing new features all of the time. In fact, it's quite hard to keep up with the fact how fast they're updating the cameras sometimes. They have new features coming all the time and new effects to the Shot Lab, which is their built-in application. The user interface is quick, snappy on both. Maybe when you're using the DJI a little bit quicker, and the screen is bigger on the DJI compared to the smaller screen on the Insta360 ONE RS. DJI Action 3 is the only camera out of all the cameras, including the GoPro, that has both a front and rear facing touchscreen, which I do like. You can use the front facing touchscreen to change the menu and go through the settings and different things, so if that's important to you, then that's the only camera that can do that. I don't find the smaller screen on the Insta360 ONE RS that limiting. You've both got really wide field of view, so I don't tend to use a selfie screen a lot. Even on the GoPro 11, I tend to turn the front facing screen off because it does drain the battery. So talking of battery, both of these cameras have good battery life. The Insta360 ONE RS has a 1445 mAh battery and can last up to 75 minutes of recording. The DJI though does have a better battery, 1770 milliamps, and it can last up to 160 minutes. So yeah, I mean, both really good for day-to-day use. You can, of course, buy extra battery bases. If you do buy through the link in the description, I think you do get a free battery base with the purchase. So if you are looking to buy one of these cameras, make sure you do purchase through the link down below. The one advantage the Action 3 does have is that the lens cap is removable. So you can actually take this lens cap off and replace these if they do get damaged. The rubber's actually just come off. We'll take that off. You can just buy the 4K mod, which isn't overly expensive. If it does break, you do damage it, you can get replacements, but unfortunately you can't change the lens cap on the RS. That's one downfall. The mounting system on the RS is very good. It comes with this cage, which is the new system, which you press this little button, springs out like that, and then you can just take out the camera. And then you've got sort of the standard action camera mount on the bottom of this cage. This cage does help with the overheating as well. It's got the sort of a heat dissipation material on the inside, so I've had no overheating issues with this camera at all, and it's really quick to use, like I said, and it does work with all the different mod lenses. The DJI, on the other hand, does have this magnetic mounting system, which I'm not 100% sure that I trust. There's a little bit of like movement on it once it's clipped in. It does magnetise on there, but it's just not held in by the magnets. It sort of goes in there, and then those clips clipping on the side, so it's like half and half, if you know what I mean. You can put it into this included cage, which allows you to put the magnets on the bottom for vertical mode, so you can shoot vertical video with this as well. So that's what the cage is for, but just using the camera, you can just use that magnetic system, and it's got the standard action camera mounts on the bottom. So yeah, I prefer to have the sturdy cage on the One RS than trust the magnets on that. I do like the system, I think it's clever, but I do think it's going to have to be improved in future generations. Both of these cameras have their advantages and disadvantages. There's features on the RS that the DJI Action 3 doesn't have, but there's features on the Action 3 that the RS doesn't have. So it just comes down to your personal choice and what you're looking for out of your action camera. Let's test the side-by-side image quality first of all to see what the image looks like side by side, just to give you sort of an example of what it looks like. We'll test the audio as well, and then you can see for yourself what they look like side by side. This is the trouble with the UK in winter. Look, the sky just like grey. Between November and April, it's just like this all the time. This is an audio test anyway. We've got the DJI Action 3 and we've got the Insta360 ONE RS built-in audio. This is the Action 3's audio. First of all, been pretty impressed with the audio on both of these devices, to be honest. And then we'll switch over to the One RS. This is the built-in audio for the One RS. Testing 1, 2, 3. What does it sound like? Let me know. We're out for a little walk in the woods, and like I said, it's a bit hard to test like the dynamic range and stuff when the weather's so dull. But you can sort of get a sort of decent idea of what both of these cameras look like in normal general situations. So yeah, they obviously are optimized for sunshine and beaches and blue skies. So yeah, we're going away this year, first time in 3 years, to Spain, so I will take all of the cameras with me. So like I said, stay tuned, we'll keep you updated as the year goes by. But audio test, image quality test, we'll have a little walk and I'll show you some more images and stabilisation and stuff with these two cameras. So that's it, let's go. Both of these cameras have slow motion, both of these cameras have great high frame rates. You can shoot 6K widescreen on this though, with the new boost lens, so this does have a 6K widescreen capability. This only goes up to 4K, the Action 3, but I think they both look pretty good. They both handle light situations, dark situations, pretty good, and let's face it, you're going to be using this camera for mainly action, and that is where they excel. Now, which one should you buy? Which one is for you? It really does depend on what you're looking for. For a normal action camera, a thing that does the job really well, something that's got some good features, the fast charging, the good battery life, the great touch screens on the front and back, the great image quality, it does everything really well and it's built like an absolute tank. I really do love the DJI Action 3. If you're just after a 4K action camera to do everything really well, then maybe go for the Action 3. If you're looking for something else which is a just as good action camera, does all the things that the DJI does, but you've got that option to upgrade in the future to 360 video or even the 1-inch sensor as well, 360 is probably the major selling point for me if you're looking to record 360 video for action sports. then I would probably go for the Insta360 ONE RS. Having the option to upgrade and the modular design really does sell it for me, and that is probably the one I'd go for. But I do have a major soft spot for the DJI Action 3, and both of these cameras, again, ever closer to catching up to GoPro. The GoPro 11 is okay, it still has the best image quality, still has the best audio quality, it still is the king for the moment, but things are getting very tasty and I expect them to get even closer in 2023. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope it helped. If you want any more information, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe, press the bell, give this video a like. It really does help this channel grow. If you subscribe, be sure that I'm going to be doing lots and lots of updates on both these cameras, on all Action cameras this year. Everything that comes out new this year I'm going to be covering, so stay tuned and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.